Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Today in this video we're going to discuss a little bit about US stocks. So I got my notes right now, man. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Dmitry. If you guys haven't been on this channel, welcome. It's been a little bit too long since my last video, and yeah, it's been quite a while, so I needed to give it some thoughts and weights and everything and strength and everything like that, so that come back. So everything aside, right now let's get into it and talk about stocks, man. Recent developments, and I wanted to share with you all, man. It was a little bit of a rough patch in the last couple of weeks actually, so I was actually doing some digging and thinking about what to do, what kind of topic to talk about, and decided to go with stocks, man. As we're talking about personal finances, this is really weighing heavy on what's going on inside of the world right now, man. It's crazy what's going on. So, and today I wanted to talk about US stocks. So a few points that I wanted to make right from the bat, and that was the worst week, and I checked a lot of sources and just shared with you all what's going on there. And there was a lot of downtrack. There was a lot of going on downside when conflict in Israel, actually right now with Iran, that broke down, and all the shooting started. So, and yeah, so that heavily affected the stocks and everything like that, in the sense that it was an issue with the oil prices and everything like that, which is consequently making all the way through and making it echo in the side of what's going on with the stock markets and finances, right? So, but since it was the worst week, it was a really going down spiral, right? And like I personally lost quite some money because of that, and due to that, it was like really needed to be straightened out anytime soon, really. But it's good now because of the earnings. They came back, and all the stress and anxiety came out of that. But in reality right now, so because of that, it's a great example. One really good point right now I wanted to mention, that it's great example of the panic attack when something happens like major in the world. So right, everybody starts selling, everybody start like panicking, everything like that, and a lot of people start deciding to do like buy the dip and things like that. And really which is really bringing a really good point of, hey, if you need to be sure in your numbers, right? So and that's what I wanted to also emphasize, that before investing in anything, because I was talking to my friends of mine, and they're like, oh yeah, how do you start and where do you start and all that. So there's a lot of things involved there, and a lot of information which we cover here and everything like that. So, but in a general sense, you got to know your numbers, and you know your company, where you're investing in, because you got to understand, hey, if think what things affecting that, what things affect that, like supply chains and things like that. So, but because of the conflict, well, I think it's more like a lot of that involved in the conflict because of that, and oil pricing and things like that. So yeah, that's what happened, and a lot of the drawback and the bounce back, really fall off a little bit of stock prices this week. It was bad. Like it's broke down real, like it was going down. It was going really down. So and from that, but it could be also a market correction. There is a market correction thing as well, but overall I think there was a panic attack, and a lot of people start selling, and there's a lot of movers and shakers in the stock markets as well, common or regulars of the conversation. So like Tesla, for example, there was a lot of interesting thing that happened there. So they reduced the price as far as I believe or as far as I heard, in China and US, which is also kind of shook a little bit the pricing there, so which is kind of consequently making its way in the earnings and things like that. But overall, and I was thinking about it, like the Tesla stock per se, and it was interesting to see that what's the end goal and what the stock price there was. So, and yeah, it was an interesting conversation. As I look at it right now, I can pull up the screen right now, but it's going like 142, 43, I think, going back and forth and things like that. But that's at that moment of shooting that video. So anyway, not to forget, so and the good news is, just to jump back, why the stocks and in the stocks war right now is that it's pretty good that it bounced back pretty quickly. Well, not pretty quickly. So at the end of so this is new week, earnings came out, so kind of things coming down. People like getting more. I feel like the feeling is a little bit more relief. It's kind of calmed down and things like that. So tech earnings came out. So and like on IT world, Amazon and things like that. So it's in a good shape. That's why it's coming back. I think it's in a good move, in a good trend right now. But things a lot can change. So and nonetheless, and I already mentioned about the market being affected by the panic mode, in the sense of the world, what's going on in the world right now. So geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, in Europe, so things kind of shaping up a little bit. Eastern Europe, kind of shaping out a little bit. Basically, conflicts and stuff like that. So, and that brings the market into like not stable mode, I would say. And you kind of you need to think about investing and things like that, which is also on another side as well. Need to be mindful about rate cuts. And as far as I noticed I've been looking at the market in general, and the rate cuts or the rates and the feds and things like that, I noticed that and that for like pretty just a guy on the internet checking out what's going on in the market in general, how the average of the of stocks and things like that, they're moving around. And I noticed it's kind of like in the tunnel mode, so it goes up and down, ups and down. Like it just goes a little bit up, but it generally goes up and down in the kind of steady mode. And not a lot of people, not a lot of growth in the general sense. So there are some companies that do that, and some companies that don't. But in general, I think that kind of encompasses the things that people less being able to partake the loans for projects and things like that, consequently making the market to kind of stop on their growth, and for the companies obviously in general. So as a both snowball kind of effect of that. So we already mentioned about that. So and oil pricing, so that was I think a big trigger that finances or market went down, and it was a panic mode, and the oil prices, which I'm not arguing that the oil prices went up or anything like that, but as far as my previous previous experience way back, as far as the reasoning was for the prices to go up and less purchasing and things like that, is like, hey, if the prices of oil go up, so technically everything goes up basically automatically, because supply chain affected the pricing, and everything just gets affected all automatically. So one of those things. So and we already talked about the rate cuts. So overall general perspective, I think on this side of things, and thank you guys for listening, but I think on this side, my take on the general market conditions right now is that needs to be mindful, and it's not a stable side in the sense that, hey, it's an easy swim and everything like that. No, we need to be mindful on what's going on there, and I need to keep our checking the pulse of the market as well, because I know it's a little bit can be rough times, and all the news and all that affecting it, not to go into a panic mode, and that's really key. But we need to see if such weeks like that, like this one, that can happen again, or it cannot happen again. So it's all speculative again, as well, and things like that. But in general, it's good to know your numbers. I think we can take out of that, and take out of this situation here is to know your numbers, understand if the company is in good condition and what's going on there. For that, we need to read a lot of paper and a lot of information that's being posted by the company, so which is good as well. But it needs some work, it needs some time, and it needs some understanding what's going on. So, and that can protect us and protect you as well from unnecessary selling, or unforeseen, smart buying, so to speak. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. And that week was interesting. I was looking at the numbers and the spiral that I got, like, oh my god, man, that thing was going down, and I was like, well, when is gonna stop? And my trigger was to sell out, at least at the point where I entered, at least, or like at the most that I wanted to do, because like if it goes down even further, I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to sell like at least on the zeros and things where I at least will be okay, in the sense that when I entered, that would be like at least the best hope. But nonetheless, I think it bounced back, and I think it bounced back pretty quickly right now. So, and I'm glad it's bouncing back and goes up, and panic mode has stopped, so that the projection would be better in that sense. But then again, so I felt confident in the sense of the company that I invested in. Well, I tried my best. So that's why that's a good point to reread my K10s and things like that I forgot, actually, I guess, at this point, about those companies. So that's my advice also to you, to know your numbers. Make sure, I guess it's a good time to reshuffle that understanding and see if it's a good spot, still time to have that money invested there. But at least keep it at the point where it's it's a good sale. It's not at the bottom of the market for that specific areas, for that specific market, for that specific industry, like between the core competitors, industry wise, like national and international. So thank you guys again for watching. That was Dmitry. I am out. See you guys next time. Bye bye.